What's going on, guys, and welcome back to WWE Network and Show, where every single week I, Graham G.S. and Matthews, break down all the original content that I watch on the WWE Network. Today we're talking WWE Ride Along, the Not Booty Bon Voyage edition of Ride Along, with The New Day, as well as Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin, their final appearance alongside one another before Chad Gable was drafted to Raw in the Superstar Shakeup last Monday. So, pretty kind of a newsworthy episode in that respect, but as always, we'll be breaking down the episode play-by-play here, commentary-wise, whatever, just talking about everything that goes on. So, Booty is on the license plate for The New Day, and they don't appreciate that, which basically implies that they're booty, and they're not booty. If you know The New Day, they're not fucking booty. So they go over to the license plate. Biggie pulls out an expo marker. Where he got an expo marker, I have no idea. But he pulls out a blue expo marker and writes "not" next to booty. So it says "not booty" on their license plate. Anyway, they're leaving Columbus, Ohio from the Fastlane pay-per-view and driving to Dayton, Ohio, I believe, for a live event on Monday night. So same state. It's only about an hour, 2 hours away, so it's not that long of a drive. Chad Gable is driving in his car with Shelton, and then Kofi Kingston is driving the same car as Xavier Woods and Big E. Chad Gable talks about when Jason Jordan was moving over to Raw, when he was revealed as the illegitimate son of Kurt Angle, and he was told that was going down, and how instead he would be paired off with Shelton Benjamin, and how he used to watch Shelton as a kid, and it was super cool, and all this other stuff. He also talked about being Daniel Bryan's quote-unquote son, which Daniel Bryan joked about on Smacking Talk, that short-lived show on Tout. And I say on Tout, it was really on Twitter, but Daniel Bryan joked it was on Tout. Anyway, it was amazing, and I'm glad he brought that up, because that shit was hilarious. I completely forgot how funny that was. Anyway, Shelton Benjamin says he's a big fan of Chad Gable. I used to watch him before they kind of joined up on SmackDown, and says he's a little machine, going in there and having great matches with Rusev, AJ Styles, Kevin Owens. Anyway, in the New Day car, Xavier Woods says he wants to get food at Waffle House, but he's more of a pancake guy. Why would you get Why would you get anything but waffles at Waffle House? He wants pancakes. Whatever. I'm not sure why they go to Waffle House if he gets pancakes instead of waffles. That to me just seems sacred, but whatever. Or whatever the word would be. Chad Gable talks about introducing theme music to his high school wrestling team. So he comes out for this big championship meet, and he comes out to his theme music, although his theme music was a country song, a song that he did not choose. So he beats his opponent, and he says 5 seconds, and the entire time he does not get his eyes off of the person, the music man, the person who was playing the music for Chad, because he's like, dude, why would you play such a dumb song for my big championship match? Why would you fuck that up? I thought he was going to say, they played Kurt Angle's music. No, he got some shitty-ass country song, and I'm sorry, I'm not a country fan. I'm not as big of a country hater as I'm sure many other people are, but still, coming out to a country song for your big championship meet when you want to get all amped up and everything, probably not the best choice. Anyway, so Xavier Woods had talked about before, he got pancakes at Waffle House. He's eating his pancakes in the car. Kofi gets food too, as does Big E. Anyway, Shelton Benjamin talks about one of his early favorite matches in his WWE career being the match against Chris Jericho from Taboo Tuesday 2004, and not knowing he would be chosen to be Jericho's opponent for the Intercontinental Championship. I believe the voting was legitimate, and Benjamin made it sound like it was legit, and his reaction is delayed because he wasn't paying attention because he didn't think he'd be chosen, and he would go on to win the Intercontinental Championship, so pretty cool story there. I know he had told a similar story on Jericho's podcast a few years ago, but it's cool to hear again. Anyway, Kofi Kingston in the New Day car puts toy unicorns all over the car for whatever reason. Chad Gable talks about Mama Benjamin and how, Team Angle lasted about a year, and everyone loves Team Angle, but the Mama Benjamin thing really defined Shelton's character for quite a while, although the gimmick was only really around for 2 months, 8 weeks at that. But he said it really, it was a big part of his career because people still talk about Mama Benjamin to this day, for better or for worse. So Kofi's driving over in the New Day car. We're back to the New Day car. Kofi's driving. Big E is feeding him, which is weird. They're joking about eggshells for whatever. I have no idea what the fuck is going on in the New Day car, by the way. They just spend the entire time talking about food. They don't share any stories, nothing really of note whatsoever. They're just having a fucking grand old time eating food and making food. More on that shortly. Anyway, back to the Gable and Benjamin car. Gable shares a story about a sauna. I don't know what it's about, but something about that. Benjamin talks about the Super Bowl ad spoof they did on Raw many, many, many years ago. It was him, Trish Stratus. I'm sure you've obviously had to have seen it. The one with him, Trish, and Vince, where Vince is like, oh, we can't have white women sleeping with black men. What is this, the NBA? Or whatever he said in the commercial. And he's like, holy shit, did he just say that? Benjamin was like, oh, they're just must have been just doing this for fun. And then he found out their first take was the take they were using, so he had fun with it, but he had no idea they would be using that for the commercial. And it would he had no idea it would be aired on TV. And the reaction was like, holy shit, did Vince just say that? Anyway, Benjamin also shares a story about being pulled over for whatever reason. He went off without a hitch. But then the next morning, he finds a fucking gun in the glove compartment in this rental car. He had shared the story on Twitter a while ago, which is why I'm familiar with it. But that's crazy. He found a fucking loaded gun in the glove compartment. So imagine being pulled over by a cop, and the cop finding the gun in the glove compartment at 3 o'clock in the morning, which is when he said this happened. That's crazy. He definitely would have been arrested or whatever. He would have not gotten to where he was going if that cop found that gun. That is unreal. And that rental company should be ashamed of themselves. How something like that even happens blows my mind. Anyway, we go back to the New Day car. Big E is cooking in the back. What he's cooking, I believe pancakes. I'm not exactly sure. So Benjamin goes through the glove compartment in their current car. He finds a toy T-Rex, an American flag, USA glasses, like the glasses that Sasha Banks wears, and disguise, like the fake glasses and the nose and the mustache. I don't know why that would be in the glove compartment, but it is. Big E makes something that resembles slime, like the slime that you would see at Nickelodeon. And Gable also finds a whoopee cushion inside the glove compartment before they arrive at their destination. And they wait outside the hotel because the hotel won't let them in because they're locked or something. And they're waiting outside with Dasha Fuentes, waiting to get in the hotel. So New Day arrive, and Big E has pancakes. I highly, 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 highly doubt that whatever he was making in the back of the car was the pancakes that he pulls off in the back of the car at the end of this episode. But he attempts to feed Xavier and Kofi, and every time they go in to eat the pancakes, he starts spilling more and more and more syrup on these fucking pancakes, and it looks absolutely disgusting. And then in the end, the joke's on Big E, because he gets the syrup all over his pants, and the joke's even more on him when he finds out that, oh shit, I'm on the road right now, I have to wear these pants again, or I have to wash them, whatever, and he gets all pissed off, and he leaves the pancakes out on the ground outside when they go inside and they arrive at the hotel. So anyway, overall a fun episode, not the most musty edition of Ride Along you'll ever see. The New Day shit is just fucking weird. It is super weird. It's nothing that you need to see. I don't even know how to describe it. They're just making food and literally talk about food the entire time. Why they were even filmed for Ride Along, I have no idea. They're just beyond the point of just comprehension, is the New Day at this point in time. But Benjamin and Gable were cool to see. They shared a lot of cool stories. Their chemistry is great, so it was cool to see them share one last car ride together before they went their separate ways in the Superstar shakeup. So the next episode should be pretty interesting. We get Titus Worldwide, which is whatever. I don't really care about Titus Worldwide, but we have Apollo Crews, Titus O'Neil, and Dana Brooke in one car with Dana Brooke driving. And then in the other car, we have Braun Strowman and Alexa Bliss. Holy shit, I cannot wait to see that. That should be amazing. I love the chemistry they had in the mixed match challenge that happened a couple months ago, whatever. They were so great on that show. I cannot wait to see what type of chemistry they'll have on this show. Buddy Murphy, I would watch out, dude. I know you're on 205 Live now. You're one step closer to getting on the same show as your girlfriend, but it's like, oof. Watch out, dude. If you don't watch your back, then Alexa Bliss is gonna get those hands if you're not watching your back. So anyway, I can't wait for that show. Anyway, this edition of Ride Along gets a thumbs up from me. The Not Booty Bon Voyage, featuring the New Day, Chad Gable, and Shelton Benjamin, available right now on the WWE Network. I have no idea what airs tonight. After all, whatever airs, I will talk about it next week right here on WWE Network and Chill. And by the way, too, I'm not going to do a full-fledged review of the show. I think there will be more episodes, and I won't review it in the future just because the show's so long.
But one quick note here, I do enjoy, and I checked out the premiere episode of the network of Something to Wrestle With, or Something to Wrestle, whatever, with Bruce Pritchard and Conrad Thompson. Now, I know they've had their podcast on their website, on YouTube, whatever. For like a few years now, I've heard it's gotten like rave reviews. Like a 5-hour podcast for me is just way too long. And I'm the type of person that will sit down and listen to every single minute. 5 hours, 2 hours is a long time. 5 hours is a long fucking time. So I don't listen to the actual podcast, but I did check out the network version, which is basically the podcast in video form. And they broke down WrestleMania 14. And they shared a lot of cool stories behind the scenes, a lot of stuff that I never knew before. Great shit. It went about 2 hours, an hour and 45 minutes, whatever. It was pretty good, though. I would definitely check it out. I would definitely suggest checking it out on the network. It's under Originals, Something to Wrestle, with Bruce Pritchard and Conrad Thompson. Great shit. Again, won't review it here on Network and Chill just because it's just way too long and there's so much to discuss and analyze, and it would take me forever to review. But it is a great watch, though, and well worth checking out if you haven't checked out the original podcast on YouTube. So anyway, guys, thank you for checking out this edition of WWE Network and Chill. Be sure to like the video, drop a comment, share the video, and subscribe to the channel for more daily content. We're quickly approaching 2,000 subscribers. So subscribe today. Help me reach that amazing milestone. Anyway, guys, have a great rest of your week. I'm Graham G.S. Matthews, and I'll catch your ass down the road.